Hi, all. This is Sideable Girl from Becoming I Am here with the astrology of the next 2 days of Friday and Saturday, February 13th and 14th. So, this is when we're hitting like a big astrological event of the year that I wrote out in my write up on 2026 that I send out in newsletters for my website. If you haven't done that, I recommend you checking out my website and just sign up for the newsletter. And weekly, I send out an email with what's happening in the astrology. So that being said, the moon is still in Capricorn. So still the same energy that we saw on Thursday. But the reason why I separated these specifically 2 days instead of just bundling all these three is this big major shift of Saturn entering the sign of Aries. And that will be from February 13th, 2026, all the way to April 12th, 2028. Why is this important? Because it is re-solidifying the energy that we saw on Tuesday. It's you really looking at how bored, tired, pressed you are about certain relationships in your life. This can be a certain relationship with yourself where you badmouth yourself and you don't take care of yourself and all kinds of stuff. This can be a relationship with a loved one. This can be a relationship with your freaking phone, right? It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of relationships out there. And you're kind of looking at it and saying, I'm getting tired mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm getting irritated of these stupid cycles. I'm getting irritated of this life that isn't exactly what I want it to look like. So I think I just need to like cut this whole thing off, right? I need you to be mindful. We have 2 years, mind you, 2 years where we really have time to really look at these relationships. All right. It doesn't have to be overnight. And sometimes I think that we're really, really good at just cutting something off right away without really thinking about like all the different parts of it and how it can possibly influence us one way or another, positively or negatively in the future. So I would say like pump the brakes just a little bit when it comes to cutting things off. And when you're pumping the brakes, I would like you to think about, is there a possibility that instead of completely cutting this thing off or completely ghosting this or completely moving forward on this, I can maybe make a few adjustments? Like it's workable. It's not trash it, it's workable, right? The reason I'm saying that is because you're giving yourself the allowance to slowly adjust to the shift to solidify that shift. Because I think the problem is, you know, if something's good for you and you know if something's bad for you. You know if you should walk away from something or if not. But you also know that you have walked away from situations like this before, all cold turkey. And what did you do? You look for the same exact thing in a different person, in a different situation, in a different realm. Let's be honest, right? What I call misma paleta, diferente tontón, which would be like it's the same it's the same candy, just a different candy flavor top, right? And so, what I would recommend for you would be slowly removing this band aid. I know that a lot of people are like, just rip it off really quick and move on. Yeah, no. Let's not be a-holes here and realize that we do need time for adjustment and stuff, that our body needs to acclimate to stuff, our minds need to create new patterns and habits. Everything needs to change. And you're like moving a huge like Titanic and you're hoping that you're just going to go rip it off and go that direction and you'll be fine. No, the whole thing has to move. So it takes structure and time to make it happen. That is the reason why the astrology is like, you know what? You need 2 years. So give them to yourself, right? That's what I can tell you here. The universe is giving you grace to put your ducks in a row, to move on, to create that change that you want for the future. Use them. Don't be so fast to change things. Go slow, because small, bite-sized changes create that huge, massive change, right? That becomes you. I'm like magic. When I first started using it, for example, was not something where I trusted it 100%. Oh, I was so scared of it in the beginning. Anyways, but a lot of religious stuff on the background for that. So it takes time to develop, but then it became like, is this really working for me or is this a lie? You know? And then it became, holy crap, it is working for me. It is working for me. It's working for me slowly. It's working for me to adjust situations. It's working for me to fill in the blank. And it's slowly, because we need evidence to prove to us that we are ready for this change. So that's what I can tell you. This is a major turning point, the Saturn entering Aries. Again, it's a prelude to what will be happening on the 20th, right? But it is also, you don't have to like 360 yourself overnight. There are many elements to your reality. You are a huge Titanic shifting. Give yourself grace as you shift. Okay? I hope this helps.